this is Deckard6, and welcome to a new challenge run of Game Dev Tycoon. The previous run was sort of easy mode to confirm that I actually could do it on a fairly consistent basis. This time, we're going to turn up the difficulty a little bit with our company, Grab Bag Games. During this one, we are going to go through every single topic in the order that it is released. We can use sequels. I've yet to decide exactly what rules I'm going to have for them, but we have to hit every topic over the course of the game, or it doesn't count. So, we're going to have Buddy, as usual. What outfit do we have Buddy in this time? This atrocious striped sweater will work. It'll keep him warm in the cold winter months that are surely ahead as we go into a spiral of bankruptcy. I will be taking hints just to help things along. I'll be overwriting this company name. Alright, so now we get to see what we have. History, that's our first opener. We're going to follow up with dance, surgery, and mystery. So it's looking like strategy, sim, adventure, or RPG. So a history, strategy game. Let's go on the G64. I'm relatively confident about this. And it will be Civil War Battles. There was a game back in the day, Civil War Generals 2, that I played a ton. It really got me into historical strategy gaming. Now one of my cores of gaming. I would need tons of gameplay, I think. Good engine, not that great story and quests. I've tried to get it working on a new modern computer. I just can't get it to run. This old Windows 95 stuff sometimes just doesn't work anymore. Artificial intelligence super important. Level design moderately important. Dialogues not important. And I've been looking for strategy games that will satisfy that grognard itch. But nothing's really clicked with me recently. I mean, I've found plenty of Empire Builders and 4X games. What do we want for strategy? I think we want world design for strategy. I'm not sure about graphics and sound. I think we can turn both of these down a little. Yeah, I think this will produce at least a decent game. I think I would have made more historical strategy games, but I think I'm just way too RPG heavy in my general game crafting. Hence why I did my first series with RPG genre. And this time I'm having to branch out. Alright, nothing new, nothing surprising. We don't need to do a game report right away, we're just jumping right into a new topic. Actually, let's take the game report, because I don't want to force the game off the market by having this come out too soon. Oh, well, that's good so far. An 8, and another 8, and another 8, and a 9. I am quite pleased to put this on the somewhat more widespread G64 at the moment. It was definitely worth it. Sure, there's higher dev costs, but we definitely are going to get more sales from it. 11,000 in the first week. Wow. We are off to a good start with Grab Bag Games. I doubt we're going to quite reach 50,000 in our first game, but darn, it would be a nice goal. Engine is quite important, I knew that. So, new game. Dance. I'd like to do a dance casual, but we don't have casual yet, and we have to do everything in order. So we're going to put this on the PC, because I'm not as super excited about it. And it's going to be Prance, Revolution. Go. These early episodes are going to be just bang, 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 games out, games out, games out. Simulation, I think, needs slightly more engine and slightly less gameplay, but otherwise very similar. Can you imagine? Sorry, stretch. Dance Dance Revolution going that far back. Let's see, I think this is actually a good lineup. I remember some of the benefits of Dance Dance Revolution on the PC included custom-made songs. So we're definitely going to put sound up. I mean, it's a dance simulation game. These are guesses, so I'm actually going to put that all the way up on the hypothesis that sound is actually super important in a dance simulation game, rather than just relying on best guesses. And I'm actually just going to wait and do some post-dev while Civil War Battles continues its sales. Oh, there it goes. Made almost $250,000 with our first game. And out goes Prince Revolution. Still no level ups. Gotta wait a little while before we can do the game report. There we go. Here come the game reviews. I'm not expecting nearly as good as Civil War Battles did, but I'm hoping for 6s and 7s. 5, 5, 5. Well, I think this is just above the barrier for losing fans. Still, not that important this early on. Our main point here is to gain research points and gain experience. Dance simulation is a great combination. Yeah, I think that was just the RNG gods were not with us after we had such an amazing success with Civil War Battles. Surgery. Simulation. So we'll also stick it on the PC. Let's see. Name for a surgery sim that is not Surgery Simulator. Well, we're going to have Alien Autopsy. Can't remember if I used that in the other series, but I know I've used it in the past. It's just a go-to for me. Yep, G64 continues to do good, but with its development costs, Let's actually pump this all the way up. Maybe that's part of what's screwed me over. What was I saying? Yeah, with the higher development costs, some of these less sure games, I'm not quite comfortable putting them out on the G64 just to save a little money. I don't think we'll quite get the extra sales to make up for it. And I do feel confident turning the sound down on that one. It actually looks like it has about the same numbers as Prince Revolution, maybe slightly better. Nope, I actually wanted to wait for Prince to finish. Oh well, it's at the very end of its life cycle. And we get a couple of level ups. And it forces Prance off. And Alien Autopsy goes on. Alien Autopsy is actually doing quite well. I guess those few little tweaks, moderately well. Those few little tweaks made a bit of a difference. Okay, you can stop proving me wrong, game reviewers. And game report. Since we're not doing that many researches at the moment for new topics, trying to find things that fit with our theme, I think we can jump right into custom engine for our next game. Research, create custom engine. Because we still have one more topic to go in our doing them all in order. So I think I've decided on what our rules for sequels are going to be. There must be at least one new topic between the making of any sequel, until we have done every topic. That seems like a fair compromise, don't you? Alright, the TES is coming out. We're going to create our custom engine, so we can start making the better graphics. And it's going to be our basic engine. You might notice me use that name a few times. It's just a way of denoting my first engine. You can stop scratching your head, buddy. At least it doesn't actively hurt us besides making us waste a week. So it technically costs us a little money. And these other games have sort of been keeping us in a holding pattern of how much money we have. But our first custom engine game should be a moneymaker. I'm trying to fill the gaps because Buddy keeps scratching his head and making this take much longer than it usually should. There we go. Create new game. What's our last topic? Mystery. RPG. G64. So the basic engine. It's going to be whodunit. Yes, I know it is spelled phonetically rather than accurately. Engine, not important. Story and quests, really important. Gameplay, moderately important. Linear story and save games. Go! So I'm relatively confident about this one. Your first engine game tends to do quite well. Artificial intelligence, no. Dialogue, yes. Level design, okay. Obviously, we know how to make RPGs. We made $1 billion with time to spare doing RPGs last time. World design, yes. Sound, no. Graphics, medium. Off to the races. We'll see if we have any good topics for the TES coming up next. And we'll actually get to look at our topic list next. Like, start seeing what's going to be coming up. I probably could have done that earlier, but let's keep the mystery alive a little while longer. Whodunit looks done. Out it goes. And all the level ups now. Which means we should have plenty to go on for our next game. Let's see. Game report first. Just to buy us some time. Whodunit? I'm expecting 8s, I'm hoping. 7, not exactly as high as I was wanting. Ooh, maybe Mystery isn't the one that's really good with a, maybe it's Detective only. But I thought Mystery was at least passable with it. That's disappointing. We probably could have made a much better Mystery game. Oh, it is a great combination. Huh. Guess the RNG gods were not with us. New topic. Vampire. Interesting. Well, we don't really have a choice. We're going to make a vampire game. Because that's our grab bag challenge. Every topic in order. It also means we're going to be somewhat front-loaded, I think, with our EXP gains. Develop new game. Vampire. I could do an action potentially, but I know Vampire RPG works great. And I know it works great on the G64. And we're going to use our basic engine. And we're just going to call it Mask of the Red Death. A reference to Vampire the Masquerade and Poe's poem Mask of the Red Death. And we're going to leave our settings the same for this since we're doing another RPG. I promise I'm not just going to be doing a line of RPGs this time just because that's what I'm good at, but Vampire is good with RPG. I know that. And we are trying to make money here. That is our ultimate goal. Whodunit sold passably well, but it was not the success I was hoping for. Let's see if Mask of the Red Death can do any better. There were some really good Vampire the Masquerade RPGs out there in the day. Redemption was okay, didn't get nearly as much splash as I thought it could have. It was one of the first games that tried to do large-scale modding to allow players to make their own stories. The also much more well-known Vampire Bloodlines, which unfortunately was released horribly optimized and received mediocre reviews and poor sales and put Troikia out of business. Really great game that just rushed out of the door for budget constraints. Really didn't serve it well. I remember trying to get it to run on my computer at the time, which was not top of the line, required black magic and voodoo, and avoiding certain areas because it would cause it to chunk so hard. Well, Mask of the Red Death is doing better than Whodunit did, but not great. So let's throw some more invention features in. The TES continues to do fantastic. Yeah, we're getting some praise for Mask of the Red Death, and since the general market is bigger, we're selling a lot of copies. Research, yes. I'm still used to having to try to click on people to do research from the later stages of the game. Man, Buddy and his DeLorean must be getting a lot of work. This is his third time back. He must have found like a fountain of eternal youth in one of his journeys or something. Buddy must be a masochist trying to sometimes just do challenge runs like this. Or traveling to alternate universes where the rules work differently. Game tutorials and mono sound. Basic plus. So this time I'm not going to be particularly creative with my engine names like I was last time. I'd often systemize my engine names when I'm playing alone. I will change the basic title of the engine whenever it ends up being a new graphics model, and add a plus after it for every additional layer of features added into an engine. And we're going to be seeing more consoles, yep. Target audience. And I think we have the research points to get that. It's only 20, right? So we have to save 10 for our new topic. Buddy, scratching your head's not going to do you any good. At least drink coffee. That should help you speed up afterwards. Or Mountain Dew. Favorite drink of gamers everywhere. Okay, I suppose that's stereotyping. And the fact that I drink Mountain Dew, you know, sort of makes it easier to fall into that stereotype. Target audience is only 15. Well, no problem there. We'll also be able to make our next game target audience. Hopefully it's something that'll work good with young, because that's really strong right now. Alright. Research, new topic. UFO. UFO is the opposite of being good with young. UFO strategy game? Along the lines of XCOM? I think that'll be good. I mean, we could do a UFO action game. Sort of a UFO hunter kind of thing, but I always am leery about doing action games this early. I feel like their balance is just awful. And since we're trying to make money and make good games, I'm going to go with a strategy game and hope that works. Still doing it for the G64, and it will be a mature game. We'll get an initial hype boost for that. There's the temptation to make an XCOM reference, so I'll just call the game Everybody Dies, because that's sort of what happened in XCOM. Now, talk about original XCOM. The new one is good. It just doesn't have quite the same brutality that the old XCOMs did. And there are some mods, like Long War, that attempt to re-encapsulate that brutality. But I played some of the old XCOM, not when it was, released. I was too young at that time. But I heard about it and went back to it in my old age, and have enjoyed it quite a bit. Though, I confess I never got terribly far. Because of exactly how brutal it was, and I refused to play on anything less than the intended difficulty. We'll give our interview on mature games. Give us a little free hype before we can do marketing proper. And if this game ends up scoring really well, that will help ensure even greater sales. I think this is a pretty good lineup for strategy. I'm pretty sure strategy wants a 1-to-1 ratio in tech and design points. And we will research our new topic right away. Hacking. Not a whole lot we can do with these for the new console, so we're gonna just have to stick with what we got. I'd love to jump to Virtual Pet and do a Virtual Pet Casual tool on the game link, but one of the parts of the challenge with Grab Bag is not just using every topic, but using it in the order it comes out. I'm not really sure what's good on the Master V. I don't think a simulation will work super great on it. So I'm actually going to hold on to our research points. Yeah. To make use of the G64 while it's still strong. Get another game out for that. A hacking game for sure? Do I know anything about hacking? No. Huh. None of my tips are saved. At least none of my demographic tips. That's interesting. This is probably from all the mod switching I did, having the two series. That's gonna make this considerably trickier. Well, not a whole lot I can do about that now. Let's go and do the Matrix. Yeah, Matrix sounds like a decent hacking game, and hacking simulation looks like it's going to work fairly well. Let's see, we're doing a simulation game, which is going to be not that different from strategy. I think it wants a slightly higher tech than strategy had. I think it wants something close to a 1 to 1.25. For the most part, I'm going to leave these the same. I think it's only the last screen that I'm going to tweak, lowering world design and raising graphics and sound. There we go. And it looks like it's going to have that appropriate balance, or at least somewhat close to it, except Buddy then puts out a whole bunch of design points. Thanks. Alright, you redeemed yourself a little, buddy. And out goes the Matrix. Do you take the red pill or the blue pill? Will be our advertising campaign. That is if we were allowed to do advertising at this point. Now we can do our game reports. Nearly game the Matrix. There's the 10s I'm looking for. I think this is going to push us into our small company, too. Getting into a small company even before the game link, that's somewhat unusual for me. It's usually right after the game link comes out that I end up doing the small company. UFO and strategy is a great combination. Okay, it's important to know. And now for the Matrix. Sure, we're gonna move up to the new office. I wish I had the option to do that before I just assigned myself to research so I could make more efficient use of my time. But, c'est la vie. I think this will actually end up being a short episode, because, quite frankly, there's not a whole lot I can do for a little while. I'm going to be initially recruiting my 2 new people. I'm going to be researching casual games, and you don't need to see all that again. Yep, G64 is finally on its way out. So this is Deckard 6, and I'll see you next time with the beginnings of our new team and our large company. See you then.